So this is Dylan's story. This is Dylan. He is 21 years old. He'll be 22 in November. And we are his second home. He was with his first owner for 20 years. And he had him from the beginning of his life. So that family was there when he was hatched. And so his owner was 20 years old when Dylan hatched. And his owner, he had a Dandy Walker syndrome. And so Dandy Walker affects the back part of the brain that deals with cognition and motor ability, etc. So he was with him for 20 years. And then his owner died of pneumonia complications when he was 40 years old. And so his owner's sister took Dylan for a while because the mother felt that she was just too old to take him because these birds live for approximately 85 years, and she knew that Dylan was going to outlive her. So the sister took him, and she really tried. And we messaged each other a couple times, and I tried to help her through some of the issues she was having with him because this was all new to her, and frankly, she was afraid of him, and with good reason. These birds can remove your finger. Their bites are pretty treacherous. So she finally told the mother that, she just couldn't give him the life that she felt he deserved, and she wanted to rehome him. And the mother had a really hard time with that because this was her son's baby. And so the mother understood, but she said that her getting rid of Dylan was like losing her son all over again. And so it was a really hard decision for the family. But they contacted me, and we drove to California, and we picked up Dylan, and we brought him home. And he joined our flock. And I think it's the first time he's ever been around other birds, was once he came into this house. And he's done really good. And so we're his forever home. But when we went to California to pick him up, he was in a cage by himself in his own room because she was afraid of him. And when we asked if we could open his cage and take him out, she was like, "Oh yeah, sure." But then she grabbed her dog and ran to her room and closed the door. So, I mean, she wasn't acting. She was really afraid of him. And Dylan came right out, and he got on my son, which is his kid now, and just hit it off with him. That's his baby. He calls my son baby. And he usually calls me babe. Unless he's yelling for me, then he calls me mom. But Dylan's a really, really, really smart bird. He's probably the smartest I've ever seen. You can talk with him, like hold a conversation, childlike conversation. He loves to argue. Like if you tell him that he's being not nice, he'll tell you that no, he's not. Yes, he is. He'll argue back with you. So he's a lot of fun. He's very easy to love. He hasn't bit me. He goes after my 15-year-old daughter because that's Susie's kid, and well, Dylan's in love with Susie. So he's kind of jealous. But this is Dylan. Are you doing Dylan McFluffin chops? Yeah, huh? Yeah, you're a good boy. We love you, huh?